general strategy of the game, you've covered a little bit of it. Anything more in depth that people should be aware of, and maybe even an example of how a turn goes?
Sure. I think the key strategy in this game is you really want to focus on one category if you can. And hopefully it's a category that not everyone is collecting, because if you're the only one collecting it, then you're going to have a better chance of getting, the gist of the category. And that's what you really want to do to win this game. Money's not going to win this game. In fact, your money supply is going to dwindle as you buy and sell, and you're going to be left with, very little at the end.
Okay, so it's not like Acquire where you get to a point and you can't do anything.
No.
It never gets to that.
You can always, if you run out of money, you run to the auction house and you put up some of your pieces for auction.
Okay.
But you start out with $10,000, and that money will quickly dwindle as you buy the more valuable pieces.
Okay, well, you mentioned auction houses. Mm-hmm. That's another thing I enjoyed about this game.
Oh, yeah.
There's more than one type of auction.
Right. There's basically two main types of auction, and there's also the fact that when you go to the auction house, you can auction your own pieces off. And it's really just a way to get some extra money into your pockets, because you need to buy, and if you're running out of money, you got to sell some of your stuff.
Oh, sure.
If no one's buying at your shop, you got to go to the auction house.
Or sometimes to change what you're saving from one thing to a single thing.
Oh, yeah. And if you haven't found what you're looking for in the flea market or the other people's shops, or maybe they're just hiding it from you in their back rooms, you just got to go to the auction house, and that's where you're going to find, potluck basically, and see what comes up for auction.
Well, I like the one where you put the coins in your hand and
the
nobody knows
auction.
what you're really bidding. And a lot of times people would make this big deal like they're putting a lot of money out, and their hand's almost empty.
Exactly.
And I've gone and wasted all my money trying to beat this guy, and they bluffed. Two more features about this game I find interesting. Number one, I mentioned already that certain items that you have cards underneath them, and they can be either rare or they need fixed. How does that work? And especially the fixing part, I find that very unique.
Well, the rare cards are basically just they're doubling or tripling the value of your specific piece, and that's really going to be a big help if it's part of a big collection. And you'll encounter some cards that are fake, and that's one card that you can really bluff away, because you don't exactly have to tell someone that you have a fake card under there. You could sell it to them as a real. But,
just like I would do, sure.
Yeah. Of course, that makes you a disreputable dealer, but we won't talk about that.
No.
But at any rate, no, the repairs are when you have a damaged card. And when the damaged card is attached to it, you can get rid of it. I mean, it basically halves the value of the card. And what you want to do is you can't use it in a collection until you fix it, because it's really not a valid piece.
So where do you take it to get it fixed?
Well, every shop in the game has a specialty. And yours may be furniture restoration. Mine might be the fixing of games. So you have to take it to the person who fixes what you have, and they then bargain with you on a price to fix it, and hopefully you'll get a good deal.
So it's not just a set number.
The only time it's a set number is if it's a shop that's out of play, and then you can go there and you get a fixed price, which is usually 50% of the value.
Which brings me to one more question. You mentioned shops and shops going out of business, so to speak. This game has, in addition to the 4 people that might be playing, there are shops in the game that are not controlled by us.
Right.
And I found that a unique and nice
Those are basically, if you don't have all 6 shops in play, the shops that are out of play are still active, but only for a little while, because they're going out of business.
And they have stock out there that you can buy.
At half price.
Which is, I mean, that's the way to make money, is to buy and sell more expensive.
Exactly.
Actually. Yeah. So you can make, and that's why they seem to empty out pretty quick. Is that normal?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Usually in the first 3 rounds, that's where everyone goes. They want to empty out the stock of the shops that are going out of business, and then they have a lot to work with when they put it out for sale and when they keep their collection.
You mentioned that this game can be played as teams. How would that work?
You can actually play it in teams by
just totaling.
You just have people playing the same shop. So you and I would play this shop, and you would basically, we'd basically collaborate on what we do.
Okay, so we would be allowed to have table talk and stuff like that.
Absolutely, right.
And there is a bluffing element to the game. As far as learning this game, I always like to do this. These are the rules. That's it. You've upgraded these and got
Yeah,
some examples.
we created a new booklet of rules. Basically, it's the same rule page, but all around the rules are these examples of what would happen in certain situations. What happens if you pull an event card that changes the price? What happens if you have a damaged item and you want to get it fixed and they don't want to fix it? And just various examples of how to.
I thought a lot of that was covered here, but you're right. It can
There's
never
always
hurt to have more
questions,
information.
right, yeah.
And you would know. You probably get a lot of questions on this.
Oh yeah.
The game is doing well for you?
Yeah, it sells very well actually through a lot of the antique dealers. They stock it in their shops.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And we sell it through the catalogs and through the stores.
We talk about theme a lot. This game, the theme holds. It feels like what you're doing.
Right.
I have to give you credit for that. It's not always easy to do, especially with a lot of the games I've played recently. That is not negative to them. It's just I like sometimes the theme.
Well, at the time that we designed this, my wife was working as the manager of an antiques dealer, and we just thought, wow, what a perfect idea.
Well, I agree. Frank, again, thanks a lot. This is the game sold, and behind it, you'll notice there's another game called Overthrown, and we're going to be getting to that soon, so stay tuned for that show. In any case, thanks for joining us on this edition of The Boardroom. My name is Bob Schwartz, and
Frank DeLorenzo.
He said it right. I didn't mispronounce it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.